ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਐਪੀਸੋਡ ਆਫ ਦਾ ਹਰਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸ਼ੋ। ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਗਮੈਂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕਰਵਾਉਣ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨੀਲ ਟੈਸਲਰ ਨਾਲ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਮਿਓਪੈਥ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਹਨ। ਅੱਜ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਬਿਮਾਰੀਆਂ ਜੋ ਵਧੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਨੇ, ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਲੋਪੈਥਿਕ ਤੋਂ ਲੋਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਹੋਰ ਪਾਸੇ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਅਤੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆਉਣ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਐਲੋਪੈਥਿਕ ਮੈਡੀਸਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਮੀਡੀਏਟਲੀ ਰਿਲੀਫ ਤਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਈਡ ਇਫੈਕਟਸ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਲੋਕ ਪਰੇਸ਼ਾਨ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ। ਹੋਮਿਓਪੈਥੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਇਲਾਜ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਮਦਦ ਕਰ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਹਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨੀਲ ਟੈਸਲਰ ਤੋਂ। Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. So Dr. Tessler, you're a homeopath by profession, and it's been a long time since you have been in this field. So would you like to focus on the Indo-Canadians only, because a lot of your clients are Indo-Canadians, as to what is your perception and what is your view on the kind of problems what people are facing? Mostly focusing on the Indo-Canadians, what is your opinion? What is the major problems what they're facing?
Well, just for clarification, I'm a naturopathic physician by license, and I specialize in homeopathy, but I do a lot of other work as well. So the Indo-Canadian community represents about half my practice, because homeopathy is very popular in India. And I notice a lot of the kind of complaints I'm addressing include high blood pressure, heart conditions, diabetes being very common. We're talking about the older population, and a lot of digestive complaints. Of course, joint complaints are there as well. In the younger generation, we're seeing lots of hay fever, eczema, allergy related conditions.
So now the perspective is also changing. Like people are more focusing on managing their health in a better perspective. And you being a naturopath, like it's not just providing medicine and that's all. There is more of counseling involved, more of understanding as to what led to all the problems. So could you please let us know on this particular issue as to how do you deal with your patients? What kind of issues are they bringing forward, as you mentioned, and how do you deal with them? Is it just a patient comes, you said, provide a medicine and they are gone, as it happens mostly in a allopathic practice?
Well, the first thing is always to understand the person sitting in front of you. You want to know a bit about their social history, their family history, and really who this person is as a person. In many respects, we're much more defined by who we are as a person than what we're specifically physically bothered with. And so I always like to get a very broad picture, emotionally and physically, of the history and the individual and what they're all about.
So once this information is taken, because anybody who is coming to you is fed up with taking up the medicines. They are basically coming to you to get an alternative form of treatment, and probably they don't know much about the treatment what they're going to get. So do you also spend time explaining them as to what kind of treatment what you're providing them is going to be different from what they have been taking?
Yes, absolutely. With the homeopathy, because homeopathy is quite complex in its underlying philosophy, the explanation has to be very simplified. But when I'm using other natural products as well, such as herbal medicine or nutritional medicine, I'll give a detailed explanation. Sometimes I'll even provide articles so the person understands why I've made this decision.
Genetics play a very important role. This is what we are hearing in one's health.
Genetics, you said?
Yes, and cell renewal is a new thing which we are hearing. Could you explain us what is this and how it can impact us?
Well, the idea is very simple, and that is that when we take more responsibility for our health, when we're willing to empower our own capacity for wellness, as opposed to giving over our power always to doctors, then there's some things that you learn right away that are working in your favor. One is that you have 300 billion new cells in your body every day. And the cells that you create today by the food you eat, the water you drink, the thoughts you think and feel, the emotional atmosphere, etc., all these, the toxicology of your environment, all these things play a role in creating those cells. So the cells you create today can be healthier than the cells you created yesterday. Another thing that's very important to realize is that only 25% of the aging process is genetically driven. That means 75% is in your control. So when people are willing to take more responsibility for their health, get guidance, learn how to best support their health at every stage of life, then they can really expand on that 75% because we know how powerful that 25% is.
And here, does homeopathy play a role that when you talk about cell renewal, like can homeopathy help you in this also, that you have some kind of medicines where you are providing along with what you have talked about?
Well, the homeopathic remedy is really supporting the overall body's capacity to heal itself and come to better balance.
Okay.
The science of natural products generally, though, in terms of, say, herbal medicine or nutritional medicine, has now become so advanced that we know how we can support healthy cellular function and overall healthy physical function using natural products, using herbal medicine, and make an amazing difference in how the person is looking, feeling, and performing.
Right. You mentioned in the beginning that Indo-Canadians are facing a crisis as far as heart attacks are concerned or diabetes is concerned. So now the problem is that, what do you feel? Is it just our lifestyle which is leading to this? Is the genetics? Why is it that amongst the Canadians, the South Asians are the ones who are having the highest incidence of heart attacks and diabetes, as well as higher blood pressure?
Well, I don't know exactly that that's the case, but there are a few different issues that come up. One is the issue of diet. Now, in terms of the Indo-Canadian or the Indian diet, these are issues that are common. If you look at Western diet, what are the major problems that have been identified as the major causes of disease? Too much meat in the diet, too much white flour, too much white sugar. These are refined carbohydrates or dense proteins that are rich in saturated fats, and this is creating a lot of cancer, heart disease, obesity, and diabetes in the Western population. Now, the Indo-Canadian population, the Indian population, they also use a lot of sugar, a lot of deep-fried food, a lot of overcooked food, white flour, things of this nature. So white rice. So moving away from refined carbohydrates, the excessive use of dairy products, overcooking food, and we can talk about this a bit more. All these things can make a major difference. It's not necessarily the central diet, because a vegetable, a plant food-based diet has been shown through the Mediterranean diet, the DASH diet, a tremendous amount of research to be the superior approach to diet. But it's a lot of the secondary things that are brought in, whether it's the pop, or white flour, white sugar, white rice, and overcooking, and the wrong kind of oils. All these things play a role in the kind of and also sedentary lifestyle. Lack of exercise. Let's say it's a woman and she's in the kitchen a lot or in the household a lot, not getting adequate exercise. The man is going to work, putting in a lot of hours at work. He's driving a truck, or he's driving a cab, or whatever it is he's doing. But he's not getting enough actual exercise. So all these issues of lifestyle play a role.
Lifestyle changes might be difficult because of the fast-paced life or the kind of things what we are doing. But changes in your eating habits and bringing about a change in your sedentary lifestyle might help people. We'll go for a short break, come back and learn more from you as to what changes can be brought about, and is it really helping out people who have brought about those changes, or it's just because everybody knows about this thing, what you are talking, but why is it that we are not able to transition ourselves from that thinking to this particular thinking? We'll discuss about this after this short break. So ਹੁਣ ਤੱਕ ਜੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਹੋਈ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨੀਲ ਟੈਸਲਰ ਜੋ ਹਨ ਇੱਕ ਨੈਚੁਰੋਪੈਥ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਹੋਮਿਓਪੈਥੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਿਸਟ ਹਨ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਕਲਾਇੰਟਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਧੇ ਤੋਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਉਹ ਇੰਡੋ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਸ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾਤਰ ਇੰਡੋ ਕੈਨੇਡੀਅਨਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੇਖ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਕਿ ਹਾਈ ਬਲੱਡ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਹੋਵੇ, ਕੋਲੇਸਟ੍ਰੋਲ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ, ਹਾਰਟ ਅਟੈਕਸ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ, ਡਾਇਬੀਟੀਜ਼ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਹੈ, ਇਹ ਵੱਧਦੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਕਈ ਕਾਰਨ ਨੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਸੈਡੈਂਟਰੀ ਲਾਈਫਸਟਾਈਲ, ਯਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਹਿਣ ਸਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਢੰਗ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਰਹੀ। ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਸਾਡਾ ਖਾਣ ਪੀਣ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਿਆ ਰਹੇ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪਲਾਂਟ ਬੇਸਡ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਡਾਈਟਸ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਵੀ ਦੱਸ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਹੀ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਲਿਆਂਦੀ ਜਾਵੇ ਅਤੇ ਕਿਸ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਨੈਚੁਰੋਪੈਥੀ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਵੱਧ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਜਦੋਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਦਵਾਈ ਲੈਣ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਇੱਕ ਲਾਈਫਸਟਾਈਲ ਚੇਂਜ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ। ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਵਟਾਂਦਰਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਔਰ ਇਸ ਬਾਰੇ ਵੀ ਕੁਝ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਇਸ ਛੋਟੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ। ਕੈਸਕੇਡ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਇੱਕ ਵਨ ਸਟਾਪ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਏਜੰਸੀ ਹੈ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਟੋ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਤੋਂ ਇਲਾਵਾ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਰ ਦੀ ਇੰਸ਼ੋਰੈਂਸ ਮਿਲ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬਰਨਬੀ, ਲੈਂਗਲੀ, ਸਰੀ ਤੇ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ ਦੀਆਂ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਰਸਨਲਾਈਜ਼ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਚ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਸੇਵਾਵਾਂ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਲਓ।
ਸਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵਾਈਟ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿਓ, ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਫੀਲ ਦ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸ।
ਹੋਰ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲਈ 6044305553 ਤੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਰੋ। Once again, welcome back to the program. Dr. Niel Tessler, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਨੈਚੁਰੋਪੈਥ ਨੇ, ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, ਹੋਮਿਓਪੈਥੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਿਸਟ ਹਨ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੇ ਕਿ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕੁਝ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆਇਆ ਜਾਏ ਜਿਸ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਸਟਾਈਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆ ਕੇ ਸਿਹਤ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਨੇ ਹਾਂ। So before the break, like you were mentioning that some things can be changed. As I was talking about a sedentary lifestyle, that is one thing. But this kind of lifestyle, what we have adopted today, there is a race and everybody wants to be, progressing fast and fast on that so that they succeed in. But it is having an impact on their health. Now you, as you were mentioning, most of your patients and more than half the patients are Indo-Canadian. What do you feel when you talk to them? Despite wanting to change, sometimes one person cannot change. For example, you mentioned a cab driver. He works for 12 to 14 hours. He has to do that. But when he comes home, he's so much tired, there's no time for exercise or whatever one wants to eat, just grabs it because the next day he has to again go back for work. So whatever time is there, how to manage that and what changes can be brought about? Please explain about that.
Well, the first thing is the will. The person has to have the desire for change.
Right.
We have to be willing, we have to understand, as it said, that the body is a temple of God,
Right.
in which God resides. And we have to look after this temple. There's no one else to do it for us. The doctors have all kinds of information and drugs in relation to disease treatment. But in terms of prevention, we don't hear much information.
Right.
And so really there's so much information though that's available when the person is willing to take responsibility rather than waiting to that point of crisis. So there's an awful lot that can be done, and this comes in different areas, but the first is the willingness. Now the second thing is, we talked about diet.
Right.
Diet, now this is a very interesting area because, for example, you take something like SOG, when you overcook those wonderful vegetables, they lose a lot of their quality.
Right.
Nowadays we have a blender. You don't have to cook them for hours.
Right.
You can use a blender and get the same consistency much more rapidly without destroying all of the nutrients.
Right.
And you can use superior oils such as olive oil or coconut oil as opposed to some of the polyunsaturated oils, the hydrogenated oils, etc. That are harder on the body, corn oil, things of this nature, safflower oil.
Right.
These are better to be avoided. So then of course there's the issue of exercise.
Right.
Even 15, 20 minutes of exercise a day can make a tremendous difference to health.
Right.
As we get older, we begin to lose muscle mass. And it's very important to maintain that muscle mass. It's part of how we maintain our energy.
Right.
So doing not just walking and aerobics, but also weight-bearing exercise to build up strength. So this is
Right.
very, very important as well. Now the third thing is products. When we, there are natural products now, because as I mentioned earlier, the kind of research that's available that can really help overall metabolism. Now what is metabolism? What does that mean? Metabolism is how we create, maintain and store and utilize energy.
Right.
How we create, store and use energy in the body. And this comes down to a special part of the cell that's kind of like a furnace.
Right.
And when you're breathing and when you're eating, you're putting fuel into that furnace. Now when we're getting diabetes and heart disease and conditions like this, it's because the furnace is not running efficiently, or you might say the transfer into the furnace is not going
right.
efficiently. So you can use natural products. For example, I work with a suite of natural products, particularly 5 products that we call the metabolic makeover.
Okay.
That is going to help the individual lose some weight. It's going to increase metabolic efficiency.
Right.
It's going to make that furnace work better. And so you can use natural products to push down on the damage related to aging and lifestyle and push up on the body's ability to repair.
Wonderful, doctor. It was a pleasure talking to you. And if anybody wants to contact you, where they can call you?
UniqueHolisticSolutions.com or 604-542-9759.
It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you and
Thank
best
you.
wishes.
My pleasure.
ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ। ਸੋ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਟੈਸਲਰ ਦਾ ਇਹ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਜੇਕਰ ਵਾਕਿਆ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ, ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ, ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਗੱਲ ਤੇ ਵਿਲਿੰਗਨੈਸ, ਇੱਕ ਇੱਛਾ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਏ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆਉਣਾ ਹੈ। ਜੇਕਰ ਉਹ ਇੱਛਾ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਏਗਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਡਾਇਟਰੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਖਾਣ ਪੀਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੋ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਲਿਆਉਣ ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ, ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਬਜ਼ੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਓਵਰ ਕੁੱਕ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਗ ਦਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਆਮ ਤੌਰ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਗ ਨੂੰ ਘੰਟੇ ਬੱਧੀ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਸਟੋਵ ਤੇ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਉਹਦੀ ਨਿਊਟ੍ਰੀਸ਼ਨ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਲੈਂਡ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਤਾਂ ਬਲੈਂਡਰ ਆ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਜ਼ਰੂਰਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਦੇਰ ਤੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਗ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੀ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਇਸੇ ਤਰੀਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਚੇਂਜਸ ਆਉਣਗੇ, ਅਵੇਅਰਨੈਸ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਡੈਫੀਨੇਟਲੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਜੀਵਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਪਰਿਵਰਤਨ ਆਏਗਾ। ਖਾਣ ਪੀਣ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਚੇਂਜ ਲਿਆਂਦਾ ਜਾਵੇ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੈ, ਭਾਵੇਂ 10-15 ਮਿੰਟ ਵੀ ਹੋਏ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਿਉਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਏਜ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਿਵੇਂ ਤਿਵੇਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਮੈਟਾਬੋਲਿਜ਼ਮ ਜੋ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਘਟਦਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਉਸ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਦਾ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਨੈਚੁਰਲ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਅਵੇਲੇਬਲ ਨੇ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਹੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ, ਸਰੀਰ ਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਰੱਖ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ। ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਜੇਕਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੈਣੀ ਤਾਂ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਹੋਏ ਨੰਬਰ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ।